Well, it's that time of the month again. Not that kind. The kind where you start to feel afresh, a hope, something renewed within you because you're like, last month was a little trashy. Hopefully, this month will be the one that I check things off my list. I be the woman and the mom and the wife that I want to be, and all is well on the earth. Well, I don't want to diminish your dreams. In fact, I want you to live your dreams to the best of your ability. I also want to have a conversation today about why we find ourselves in the cycle of fresh starts. So great. And then we feel a little bit of shame, a little bit of guilt when those fresh starts, those hopeful ambitions don't actually come into place. Hello and welcome. If you are new here, my name is Chastity. I'm the founder here at Very Common. I am so excited to be able to share with you some of my therapist insights that I have accumulated over all of the years working with thousands of women with their mental health and their mind organization and turning it into tools that'll help you practically in your everyday life. Now, today we're going to focus on monthly planning and again, that fresh start. And sometimes that cycle of, I'm excited. Oh no, I didn't do what I said I was going to do or become the person I said I was going to become. And now my excitement has turned into shame. For the purpose of our planning today, I'm using our monthly deluxe insert that allows you to not only plan the physical things and the tasks that you have going on, but the intentions and track those intentions throughout the month. Now, if what I just said rang a little bell for you, I just want you to raise your hand silently. You know what I mean? Right where you are, just raise your hand silently because I need you to confess within your heart that this is something that you have been doing. Because the moment you are aware of something, then things start to shift, things start to change because you go from having a blind eye and turning your head towards patterns that are not working for you. And you start to ask yourself, how can I make this better? I know what the problem is. How can I make it better? How can I change it? Now, there is nothing wrong with a fresh start. I love it. I love Mondays. I love the beginning of the month. I love new quarters. I love new years because I get to plan. And when I'm planning, I don't always think through all the things that could go wrong. I'm just hopeful. I'm just like, let's get it. I'm ready. Again, last month was a little trashy. This month might be something different. So I have all of these aspirations of what will go well, right? The plans that I have in place and how they're going to make me feel and what I'm going to accomplish and the outcome of that. That's primarily what I'm thinking of when I am planning my fresh start. However, and you might also find yourself in this camp, I'm not thinking through the unpredictable things. I'm not thinking through a child getting sick. I'm not thinking through having to go through an all of a sudden busy season at work. I'm not thinking through, oh, my husband has to do this, so I have to pick up what he typically does. I'm not thinking through a doctor's visit. I'm not thinking through some of those things that come in and put a wrench into our plan. And as you know, those things will always come up, right? And so when they come up, and they creep into the perfect little hopeful plan that you already had and it mixes up things you're not able to accomplish what you thought you would. You know what enters the picture? A little bit of shame, a little bit of guilt, a little bit of negative self-talk about, I'm lazy, I'm not able to do the things in the way that I used to. I should just give this up. Maybe I'm not cut out for corporate. Maybe I'm not cut out to be doing X, Y, and Z. Maybe I'm not cut out to have this side hustle that I want to be my full hustle one day. Maybe I'm just not cut out from the cloth that will allow me to do it. And so then you start, as the month goes, as the week goes, as the day goes, you start telling yourself that you're incapable of completing what you set out and plan for in your hopeful mindset. Can I just encourage you that instead of adapting this mindset of shame, that you just extend that goal and say, you know what, that was a normal little roadblock in the way that would have come up at any moment with any goal, with any body. I am no special that a doctor's appointment, an unexpected bill, an unexpected work event, whatever, came in and interrupted my plans. This can happen to anyone, and anyone can bounce back. I am anyone, so I can bounce back. Okay, that's number one. Number two is, instead of always, which kind of goes with number one, but instead of always thinking fresh start, Again, that extension of what you can do that maybe has already worked for you in the past, or you have not quite gotten your groove with it. Say you have a goal, for example, that you want to wake up 30 more minutes earlier than your kids so that you aren't so frazzled in the morning when you need to get them dressed, but you also want to feel like yourself as you're headed out the door. Whatever your goal might be, and you're like, man, I've been trying to hit this for a long time, I'm just gonna give up. I am who I am. Instead of taking that defeat, extend it and say, okay, my top tier goal is 30 minutes, but this week or this month, I'm going to work on 10 minutes earlier. And then next week or next month, I'm going to work on another 10 minutes, right? So you're extending this goal. So you're not starting fresh, but you're still keeping up with the routine. You're still keeping up with this intention and this goal that you have set for yourself. And then the last thing that I want to bring up that is actually the most important, okay? And that is the boundaries that you have with yourself, the boundaries that you have with your time, the boundaries that you have with your emotional capacity is one of the most important boundaries that you can ever have. Sometimes we think that boundaries are only related to other people and the things that we don't want them to do, and um, the external kind of the external things that could possibly get in the way of our plans. But I want us to focus in on us, the little girl in the mirror who be staring back at you after you've looked at yourself and feel so defeated about what you could and couldn't do for that month or that week. I want you to focus on her. And I want you to say, yes, boundaries are about expectations for the external things and people around you, but boundaries are also about containment, what you will do and what you won't do. So when you're looking at the goals and the intentions and the routines that you are setting for this week, for this month, so on and so forth, sure, you can say, I am going to tell my boss that I am not staying past 5 o'clock because I've been doing that for the last couple of weeks and I don't like it. You can do that. But you can also say, what is my containment boundary when it comes to this? What am I going to do that says I have this goal, that whether I have extended it or I'm still working on it and trying to, get this into my system so that it is cemented and I am proud of myself at the end of this month. Whatever it is, I forgot what I was saying. Whether it's a new goal, whether it is an extension of a goal that you had previously and you're just trying to like really get it cemented into your heart so it's there, you need to create a boundary around that for yourself to say, I am going to do this and I'm not going to step outside of the boundaries that I've created for myself. When you have this mindset, one, that you are not a failure just because the fresh start, hopeful thinking that you had at the beginning of the month did not fully go through as the way that you planned, that's it's not the end of the world. It doesn't mean that you have to accept this trophy of defeat. That one is going to help you. So having that mindset. The other thing is being able to look at the goals and intentions that you have previously set and say, you know what, I haven't been able to crack this, but I'm going to extend this into the next month. I'm going to tweak a little bit to see how can I actually make this work for myself? Do I need to break it up into smaller chunks a little bit more? And then, thirdly, but most importantly, to wrap it all up and say, I have to figure out what is my containment with this goal, intention, or routine that's going to allow me to be the woman that I want to be, not just for today, but for every other day after that. You deserve it and you owe it to yourself to not just be hopeful in the beginning, but to sustain that hopefulness as you carry out your intentions and as you carry out your routines. I hope this discussion today helped you figure out and approach your fresh start at the beginning of the month in a different way. Yes, we want to be able to do the practical things, but sometimes the mentalness of it all, the mental capacity, the mental thoughtfulness of it is really what gets us going. It's really what allows us to check those boxes, even though it feels so good, but mentally to say, I did it and I did it with hope. If you are looking for a helpful tool to help you identify your intentions and your routines for the month, look back at the previous month to see what was helpful and what was actually harmful, and then track yourself and your progress throughout the weeks within that month. Then our monthly deluxe is a beautiful tool to help you be able to do that. And it is on our website, verycommon.com. I will see you in the next video, and let me know below, have you found yourself in the cycle of fresh start, hope, and then defeat, and then just not even looking at it anymore? If you have, I want to have a discussion in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.